My name is Abby. I served in the Peru Trujillo North Mission. I got back almost a year ago, a little less than a year ago. I don't want to admit to myself that it's been almost a year, but it has, so I need to start accepting it. I grew up in the church, and I grew up outside of Utah. My family and I, we moved around a lot because of my dad's job, which took us to many places throughout the states and overseas as well. And anyway, so I grew up in the mission field, and I grew up not having many friends who were members of the church, just due to like the circumstances, like the places that we lived. There weren't very many members usually where we were, and things like that. And so in my school, there weren't very many other kids who were LDS. And so I grew up sharing my testimony with others. And I grew up very open and very strong and active. And I had a testimony and everything. And I think that my childhood and my experiences that I had when I was growing up of always being willing and open to talk about my religion and share with others and invite others, that sort of started helping me prepare to serve a mission. At the time, I didn't know that it was preparing me for a mission because I wasn't always super gung-ho about I'm going to go on a mission, or I don't know. But now that I look back, I think that, like those experiences that I had, just my childhood and of living and growing up in places where the LDS are few and far between, helped me prepare to serve a mission and to share the gospel with others. For me, deciding where to go to college and to go on a mission were kind of like a joint decision. I had thought for a long time, I don't want to go to school in Utah. I want to go somewhere else. I want to show the world that I can be a good, strong member of the church without really being affiliated with Utah. Because I'm not from Utah. My family's not from Utah. I've never lived in Utah. I didn't go to school in Utah. Anyway, so I wanted to be that person that is a strong, active member of the church, but just outside of where most members are. But as I started thinking more, this was my senior year of high school, as I started thinking more about my future and about the future that I wanted and the things that I wanted and the life that I wanted and that I hoped for, I started to realize that, maybe I do need to go to Utah. And when that decision was made, I just started thinking more about what is the type of person that I want to become, and what are the experiences that I want to have, and so when I came to that conclusion, it was I should go on a mission too, because this is the person that I want to be, and this is the future that I want for myself, of an eternal marriage and a good family and active in the church and things like that. And just as I realized and thought about what sort of future I wanted, I realized that going to school in Utah and going on a mission were both things that I needed to do. And anyway, so a mission and choosing where to go to college, I suppose oftentimes aren't very connected for some people. I don't know. But for me, it was all a joint decision, and it was all made at one time, just based on what sort of future I wanted for myself, and what sort of person I wanted to become, and what sort of person I knew that my Heavenly Father wanted to become. And so that was sort of how I decided to serve a mission. I have a twin sister, so we're twins, we're the exact same age, and she also decided to serve a mission. And so it was really exciting for us and for our family because we started our mission papers together, we submitted them together, we got our mission calls on the same day. I was called to serve in the Peru Trujillo North Mission, and she was called to serve in the Bolivia Santa Cruz North Mission. So I went to Peru and she went to Bolivia, and we went to the same MTC on the same day. We both went to the Peru MTC in Lima. And so that was a really cool experience to prepare, like choosing to serve a mission, preparing for the mission, getting my mission call, and leaving on the mission, and starting my mission in the MTC, all with my best friend, twin sister, like right by my side. And I feel lucky, and I'm grateful that we had that blessing. I think it was a special way of Heavenly Father honoring and recognizing our special relationship and the connection that we have, because we are best friends. And it was really cool being in the MTC with her because I got to see her in a different light that I hadn't before. It was like an expansion of our relationship. I got to see her in a different role, and as a new and different person. And we got to like see each other in that way, and I thought that was cool too, that we got those 6 weeks in the MTC together to see each other start our missions and be missionaries and learn Spanish and learn how to be missionaries together. We weren't companions in the MTC, but we were there together, so that was special. And the day that we left the MTC and I had to say goodbye to her was very, very hard. I cried very much. And I left, my plane left from Lima to Trujillo before her flight from Lima to Santa Cruz left. So I had to leave before she did, and so she said goodbye to me really more than she saw me depart. But when my bus was leaving from the MTC to go to the Lima airport, we stepped aside, and we were outside in the parking lot of the Peru MTC, and we stepped aside and we said a prayer together, and we like bowed our heads and said like a nice little prayer together, and just praying that we would each be protected and comforted throughout those 18 months that we would spend apart. It was a special moment. How we cried and prayed together and then said goodbye.